thought we could take revenge and build up from what happened during the SEA Games at the qualifiers, which will happen in Bangkok, because the Thailand will be there as well.
We actually took a pretty long, nice break, but we were hoping to actually continue training probably earlier this year.
I think they are slowly adapting and getting used to, and of course, like we have shared earlier, coming back from the circuit breaker and managing through this COVID situation, I think that definitely is a lot tougher. So I think kudos to the players.
We can start everything afresh, and we can start from scratch, building from the start all the way. And now that there's a new coach, means a new system and everything, and we don't have to rush into anything because there's no major competitions coming up this year.
A new coach for the women, making up for heartbreak for the men. There were plenty of reasons why 2020 was going to be big for Singapore Floorball. And although competitions have come to a halt, everyone is taking this time and putting it to good use.
Thought we could take revenge and build up from what happened during the SEA Games at the qualifiers, which will happen in Bangkok, because the Thailand will be there as well. So, but the opportunity didn't happen, so we have longer time to train, and then we'll be going to the World Cup with Thailand as well. So somewhere we'll meet them in one of the games.
Yeah, this is a definite disappointment that we weren't able to go Bangkok for the World Cup qualifiers to really try to, avenge our defeat. Yeah, so definitely it's one of the disappointment that we had this 2020 at the start of the year.
After the SEA Games, we actually did have the World Champs after that. So we totally stopped around the mid of December, and we actually took a pretty long, nice break. But we were hoping to actually continue training probably earlier this year.
On the negative side, having an upward momentum is important for an athlete because we are physically conditioned and also mentally conditioned to be in that state. So once the circuit breaker came in, I think everyone personally, psychologically had a bit of adjustments to do. So I think that definitely affected us mentally. Worse still, it affected us physically because everyone was in all sorts of physical condition.
How big of a responsibility was it on you to set up training sessions, especially during circuit breaker, keep them motivated? Like what kind of challenges did you face during that period?
It is definitely there's a lot of disruption to the way we plan, because after all, floorball is a contact sport. So for that to be removed, it's definitely a huge level of expectation and very difference in managing it. So what happens is that we adopt somewhat like a skills-based training. Overall, I think the boys and ladies are definitely assimilating a lot better than expected. I think they are excited to play. I think it was a good rest for them, and a much needed one for especially the ladies having back-to-back competitions. So I think now they are very eager to learn, very enthusiastic, and I think it's definitely having a pleasure.
Obviously, all of us lost touches, lost our fitness and stuff, but in the background, all of us were meeting up on Zoom video calls to do our physical trainings, and I guess it got us a bit more bonded because we are just at home, there's nothing much to do, so we just train together and all we do is see each other's faces. So I guess there's no way but you have to be bonded at the point.
I feel like we couldn't have a good team bonding because I feel that being there physically together is better than meeting each other online. Yeah. Apart from that, we couldn't have a proper training sessions.
Do you think you can use this time to work on your weaknesses as an individual, as a team, as you obviously have goals to go up the rankings?
I hope it will help individually, and then you are much more eager to play as a big group once they officially leave the band. So once that happens, everyone will be so eager and apply everything that we have learned individually. And I think that will benefit because we are also training off court on Zoom and our own runs and own recovery.
We have more time to prepare for the tournament upcoming in December. Hopefully it happens, and if not, we will definitely try our best to continue our training and honing our tactics and techniques so that we can better perform in the upcoming championship.
yeah, basically train at home, do your own runs, do your own practice at home, so we can all prepare when training actually really starts. Like when we can all train together, use the full court all together. Yeah.
Enjoying the dual role?
I think with it comes a lot of challenge, meaning the different way of receiving for information, receiving of teaching, or the way things are needed to communicate. Of course, the demand is not different, right? The demand to be performing at the highest level, the demand of the players. I think they are slowly adapting and getting used to. And of course, like we have shared earlier, coming back from the circuit breaker and managing through this COVID situation, I think that definitely is a lot tougher. So I think kudos to the players.
We already had our rest, so of course our body were already optimally in that sense rested, but because of the COVID-19 it added more rest, which became a downside because your body will not be physically active for maybe like a 5 to 6 months, and that is actually very detrimental for an athlete playing around. Definitely there is an advantage. We can start everything afresh, and we can start like from scratch, doing from the start all the way. And now that there's a new coach, means the new system and everything, and you don't have to rush into anything because there's no like major competitions coming up this year.